All right, so now here's an issue that we have all the time. People just don't know the properties of quadrilaterals, and it makes the quadrilateral questions very, very hard to do. All right, you are guaranteed to get one or two questions that ask you something about properties of quadrilaterals, and they're not going to be straightforward all the time, or almost ever, which just say, which of the following is a property of parallelogram? And then the opposite sides are parallel is one of the properties. So this tree I find super helpful, all right, if I know it, and I know some of the properties, I can usually kind of piece things together. All right. It also helps me understand where things lie. So if it wants to know how do you make a rectangle into a parallelogram, I think about, okay, what does that rectangle have in it that a parallelogram doesn't? And that's what I'm looking for. All right. So that tree is very, very useful. All right. And then I got the properties listed down through here. There's a ton of them. We already know that. Okay. You are going to want to know as many as possible. All right. The main things you want to know are the key things for each one. All right, trapezoid, one pair of parallel sides, isosceles trapezoid. It's got congruent base angles and congruent legs and congruent diagonals. Parallelogram, opposite angles congruent, opposite sides parallel, consecutive angles supplementary. All right, diagonals bisect. That's a ton of stuff. Rectangle, 4 right angles, really the most important thing. Diagonals are congruent. Rhombus, perpendicular diagonals, super congruent. Okay, they cut the angles in half. That's kind of important. 4 equal sides. Square steals everything from everybody. All right. I mean, I don't have any better suggestion than know as many as you can, and I know it's complicated. All right, but that's just if this is something you want to focus in on, then let's work on it. All right, if your time is better spent someplace else, then go spend it someplace else, knowing that these questions are going to be very, very difficult for you to do.